Hi, welcome to Mini Medi. Well, it doesn't matter what side of this argument you're on, we are all in shelter together and need to be mindful. The most important thing is how we treat each other and our attitude. So it's important to not make other people the enemy or read too much into things or operate from, let's say, distressing emotions, because that will pretty much start feeding off of fear and turn into riots. And we can already see there's a lot of unstable things going on in the world, and unstable minds in our world, and unstable emotions. And I think it's important to stay grounded and think for yourself and just remain calm. It's the better way to make your own choices and know who to band together with and who you might need to distance yourself from, because some people are really going off the rails, if you know what I mean. And we are in the middle of this shelter in place, and a lot of people are tired of it. I understand that completely. I have not been the most patient person, and definitely have had my times of wanting instant gratification, and people are in major distress, and financially, they want to go back to work, because if they don't go back to work, they're going to be homeless. So, they have to come to terms with these things. So everybody is on edge and afraid of the what ifs. And I know I've went through that, and things worked out, and I definitely give credit to my higher power. And it was a trying time for me, and it was approximately a year ago that I went through this. Obviously, at the time, there weren't people that were losing their lives, but I had to come to terms with some things, and my faith was definitely tested, and I persevered and overcame, and things worked out. And of course, now it has come again where I'm in a similar position and have to remind myself patience is a virtue, and it's the one thing I definitely lack. And I know it's healthy. It's good to defer gratification and to have self-control and to not be indignant and demanding your way, and to take that time to be still. I love that, and I'm just going to say, be still and know that I am God. It's been the hardest thing for me to do is to be still. So it's almost like the world predicament wants us all to be still and to remember who's really in charge, and it's not us. And so I see the conflict, and not everyone's good at conflict resolution, that's for sure. And I just don't like to see Republicans fighting the Democrats, and the Democrats fighting the Republicans, and the blame game. I'm not into the blame game at all. I'm into, let's come to solutions for this problem, and let's treat each other with fairness and as human beings. Nobody, this is just not the time. It's never the time. You argue all you want. It's silly. Just come to terms and agreements. It's all, really life is about negotiating and win-win situations, not win-lose situations, and that feeling you get when you win. And it depends, like that's just such an ego game. It's not about that. It's about fairness and treating each other kind. And even, I guess people, maybe they do love their neighbors as themselves. And maybe the people that are fighting, that's how they treat themselves. They're just not happy in their heart, because that's really, to me, what this time is about, is restoration and the heart. The thing that is funny with the heart is, in my relationships, I've followed my heart, but here's the thing. The caveat is, if you don't have, in romantic relationships, if the other person's heart isn't in it, then you don't have a choice except to remove yourself from that, because it has to be like a heart from both ends of that. So if I guess people in politics, if their heart isn't in it, no, then the other heart isn't in it. It's definitely not going to be a two-way street. So that's the only metaphor I can think of. So you definitely want to put your energy toward where your heart is in it and other people's heart is in it. So there's definitely people that are of the same spirit as you, no matter what your spirit is. You can find your own people that you can resonate with. But I hope that you are finding those that are just want to make the world better and not destroy the world. So a lot of times it just feels like it's the light versus the darkness. So I encourage everyone to keep your own light lit. So how are you going to do that? Light your own being. Do not be swallowed by the darkness. And even when some dimness comes or darkness comes, I hope you have at least 5 ways that you can dissipate that darkness and keep that light alive. So, one thing you can do if you're in complete darkness is to reach out and call the crisis line, call a prayer line, call your grandma, call somebody who can help you, and they can shine a little light, their light, and you can feel their light a little bit, and it can help yours to flicker more. So there's definitely ways. Get into nature, take a walk, go to the beach, take a walk, spend a little time alone or with somebody who is very soothing, because that's what you need, to be soothed by a caring, loving person, and someone who's not high drama or analyzing, just someone who allows you to just be and can listen to you. So those are quick ways. Draw, write, paint. You don't even have to know what you're going to paint or draw. Just start something down. Anything. It doesn't matter. Do not approach it with wanting to be perfect. Just approach it with your feelings, and that on the other side of it you're going to feel a little bit better, and then just keep reaching for a little bit better, and you'll come back to the light and come back to life. Read some good inspiring pages, whether it's your Bible or a good book, anything of inspiration. People that have overcome trials, that's very awesome, because then you can, it's relatable, and you're like, wow, it just gives you hope. If they can do it, then I can do it. and their situation is very possibly even more traumatic than yours. So it's just good to see that we are really all connected and we all really do want the same things. It's just we don't always know how to go about it, but there's always somebody who does, and most people have been in that position and gone through that position. So it's interesting how we might feel alone, and yet we've all felt that and we've all gone through it. So just reach out and open up, because sometimes it's you opening up that is the courage for other people to open up. So that's why you see that dynamic so much. If one person comes out and speaks their truth, it just makes it easier for other people to come forward and speak their truth. And that's just the way it is in psychology. We know that there is strength in numbers, so it just makes you just have this courage that you might not have had, been aware you had. Especially it takes away some, like, oh, nobody will believe this, nobody, excuse me. So nobody will believe you. So you're like, wow, that person was amazing to step forward. And that's how come we catch a lot of people doing bad things, because that one person had the courage to step forward. So now is a time of acceptance and knowing your own inner power. So we're going to do a quick meditation, and just hold your hands out, palms up, and take a deep breath. 2 more. I know I hold the power within my hands. I am not helpless. There's so much power within me. I am restored. I have a shining light. I help others. And when other people are swallowed up in darkness, dark feelings, dark emotions, dark thoughts, I know I can be a little bit of light in their life, and I can allow them to lean on me. Just as when I'm in darkness, there are people I can lean on, there are things I can do. I am not helpless. I have power. I stand in that power, and I know who I am. And I am safe. And I step out with courage. And yes, I am mindful of protecting myself and others, but I walk with courage and faith and strength. I know that I am already healed, and I know that I am bigger and have more power than any anxiety that might be coming toward me from different directions. I keep my heart open and know that I am loved by a bigger source, that I am embraced, and I embrace that higher part of myself. I know that I can face anything that comes to me today. I practice acceptance. I practice patience. I am a patient woman. I accept life as it's happening around me, and I accept a good life, and I accept abundance, and I accept great love, and I accept that I am just open. I am open to love and kindness and peace. I am definitely open to all that is good. And I take a deep breath and exhale and say thank you. Thank you for spending some time together. And if you haven't subscribed to Mini Medi 333, please do so. so you don't miss any of my videos. And I usually put up a video once a week. And right now we are in shelter in place, so a lot of my topics are that. If you would like another topic, please let me know, and you can always email me at minimedi333@gmail.com, and you could leave me a note down below if you'd like after you view this video. And I will see you next time, and you have a beautiful day. And I know we're getting ready to start coming out of the shelter in place, so please protect yourself and your family members in the best way that you know how.